Welcome to Dreamy Decor. Today, we are gracefully stepping into a serene sanctuary entirely defined by soft English cottagecore aesthetics. Imagine a space where gentle sage green hues seamlessly meet classic gingham patterns, creating a room that feels both timeless and deeply comforting. If you love budget-friendly designs, seamless room makeovers, and cozy cottagecore living, you're absolutely in the right place. Please take a moment to subscribe to Dreamy Decor, gently hit the like button on this video, and comment below with your favorite room to beautifully decorate. As we begin this peaceful room refresh, let the calming visual tones of faded greens, creamy whites, and delicate vintage florals gently wrap around you. This entire transformation is about intentionally slowing down, fully embracing nostalgic beauty, and designing a genuinely restful environment on a budget. In this room, the sage green palette becomes the quiet heartbeat that ties every detail together, like a soft whisper running along the walls, fabrics, and accessories. The color is muted and comforting, more like dried herbs hanging in a country kitchen than a bold modern accent, allowing the eye to rest gently on each surface without feeling overwhelmed. We start with the walls dressed in a soft, powdery sage that looks different as the light moves throughout the day, sometimes cooler and crisp, sometimes warm and earthy in the evening glow. Around the room, we layer sage subtly through textiles and decor. Pillows, throws, vases, and even the worn wood tones echoed in picture frames and bedside tables. Each piece carries a hint of that green, like little brushstrokes that connect the bed, the windows, and the cozy corners into one cohesive story. As we move closer to the bed and seating areas, the gingham textiles begin to quietly tell their own story, layering pattern without ever feeling busy or loud. A soft sage and white check spreads across the duvet like a familiar countryside picnic blanket, instantly adding comfort and character. The beauty of gingham in this cottagecore room is how humble and approachable it feels. There is nothing intimidating about these friendly little squares. In natural daylight, the texture becomes almost tangible, as if you could feel the weave just by looking at it. We let gingham appear in different scales to keep the room visually interesting. A larger check on the main bedding, a finer pattern on accent pillows, and perhaps a medium check on a window seat cushion. Once the sage and gingham are gently in place, we invite vintage florals to softly enter the scene, like a quiet chorus adding depth to a familiar song. Faded rose prints, delicate sprigs, and tiny wildflower patterns appear on cushions, framed artwork, and perhaps a single upholstered chair, each bloom looking as though it has lived 100 gentle summers. These floral accents are intentionally restrained, leaning into soft blush, dusty rose, muted greens, and creamy backgrounds that echo our existing sage story rather than competing with it. We tuck florals into thoughtful spots, a pair of pillowcases at the back of the bed, a small set of botanical prints above the headboard, a fabric-lined tray on the bedside table. Each detail feels intentional, not cluttered, like whispered reminders of nature just beyond the window. At the heart of this cottagecore room, the bed becomes a storybook focal point, layered thoughtfully to feel both welcoming and quietly luxurious. We begin with a base of soft sage sheets and a lightly quilted cover, setting a gentle foundation that hints at warmth without feeling heavy. Pillows become characters in this story, each one adding personality and depth. At the back, larger Euro pillows and plain cream create a calm, cloud-like backdrop. In front of them, a mix of sage, gingham, and vintage floral cushions adds texture and subtle pattern. Along the foot of the bed, we drape a light knit throw and a thicker, textured blanket in complementary tones of beige or taupe, inviting the idea of layered warmth for cooler evenings. The overall look is intentionally imperfect. Corners slightly soft, folds a little relaxed, so the bed feels approachable rather than staged. At the window, the story of our sage and gingham cottagecore room continues with curtains that feel more like soft whispers than bold statements. We choose sheer or semi-sheer panels in creamy white or a very pale sage, allowing natural light to spill into the room like a gentle morning mist. curtain rods and hardware are understated, perhaps in warm brushed brass or soft matte black, adding quiet structure without stealing attention from the fabrics themselves. Gingham can appear here in small, thoughtful ways. A trim along the edge, tiebacks made from leftover sage gingham scraps, or a simple cafe curtain at the lower half of the window. When the sunlight shifts throughout the day, the curtains help soften everything, filtering harsh rays into a warm, diffused glow that wraps the bed, furniture, and textiles in a cinematic haze. In the evening, as lamps turn on and the outside grows darker, the curtains still play their part, catching glimmers of interior light and turning the window into a cozy, reflective surface. Now we turn to the furniture, where warm rustic pieces quietly anchor the softness of sage, gingham, and florals. Imagine a gently time-worn wooden bed frame with rounded edges and a slightly distressed finish, its grain still visible beneath layers of creamy paint. The finishes lean towards soft, matte textures rather than high gloss. Think warm honey oak, pale washed pine, or lightly distressed white with hints of wood peeking through. A rustic bench at the foot of the bed offers a place to sit, stack blankets, or drop a book after a slow afternoon of reading. In this next corner of the room, we create a cozy reading nook that feels like a gentle invitation to pause, breathe, and disappear into a favorite book. A small armchair upholstered in soft linen or a subtle sage gingham sits beside the window, its cushions slightly rounded from use, promising comfort rather than formality. The light in this nook is carefully considered, relying mostly on natural daylight that filters through the soft curtains, pooling gently around the chair and creating a warm halo on the rug. As the day progresses, the glow shifts across the seat and nearby wall, revealing new nuances in the sage paint and subtle patterns in the textiles. In the evening, a small lamp with a fabric shade replaces the sun. Around the reading nook, we add tiny details that deepen the sense of comfort and personality. A folded gingham throw draped over the chair back, a vintage floral bookmark left beside the lamp, a framed botanical print hanging quietly above. Above the bed and along the quieter stretches of wall, we begin to weave a gentle botanical gallery that brings the garden indoors in a subtle, poetic way. The frames themselves are simple and slightly time-worn, perhaps in distressed white, pale wood, or soft gold that has lost a bit of its shine over the years. Hung in gentle clusters rather than rigid grids, the botanical pieces tell a story of collected memories, like treasures gathered over long walks through fields and gardens. We place this art in thoughtful sightlines, a trio above the headboard, a pair near the reading nook, a single small print close to the window where real leaves and painted ones meet. Together, they create a soft rhythm that guides the eye around a room, gently encouraging you to slow down and notice each illustration. As the sun begins to slip away, the room's story shifts gently from daylight freshness to warm evening coziness, and lighting becomes the quiet narrator of that transformation. We choose lamps and fixtures that cast soft, layered pools of light rather than a single harsh glare, a fabric-shaded bedside lamp, a small table lamp in the reading nook, perhaps a subtle wall sconce near the botanical art. The lamp bases are simple yet charming, turned wood with a worn patina, ceramic in gentle cream or sage tones, or vintage-inspired metal with a brush finish. Shades in linen or cotton diffuse the light, painting gentle halos on the walls and ceilings rather than sharp edges. We pay attention to where the light falls, across pillows and throws, catching the edges of botanical frames, reflecting softly on polished wooden glass. The warm tone of the bulbs, leaning towards soft white or warm white rather than cool daylight, complements the cottagecore palette and makes every texture feel richer. To keep this room refreshed, beautifully attainable, we lean into affordable vintage details that feel rich in character but gentle on the budget. Picture a small tray of mismatched teacups on the bedside table, each with a slightly faded floral pattern, or a stack of old books with worn covers resting atop the rustic dresser. We seek out texture and patina in these pieces, tarnished silver edges, softened wood grain, ceramic glazes with tiny imperfections that hint at past lives. A vintage clock might tick gently on the nightstand, an old woven basket could hold extra throws, and a glass bottle repurposed as a vase may sit by the window with a single stem. Placed thoughtfully, these vintage details interact beautifully with our sage and gingham palette. Floral teacups echo the botanicals on the wall, book covers blend with the warm wood tones, and framed artwork reflects the garden-inspired mood. As we step back and take in the entire room, the full story of this soft sage and gingham cottagecore refresh comes into view. Gentle walls, layered bed, whispering florals, rustic furniture, cozy corners, and warm pools of light all working together like chapters in a calm, comforting book. The space feels both new and timeless, as though we have simply revealed the cottage charm that was always meant to exist here. We've shown how thoughtful color, pattern, and texture can transform a simple room into a cinematic sanctuary without relying on expensive pieces or complicated design tricks. By layering sage, gingham, florals, rustic wood, and gentle light, you can create your own small world of calm, whether you're refreshing a bedroom, a guest room, or a tiny cottage space. If this dreamy cottage refresh has inspired you, we'd love for you to stay connected with Dreamy Decor. Please subscribe to the channel for more budget-friendly room makeovers, gentle seasonal decor, and creative DIY ideas. Remember to like this video if you enjoyed the journey and comment below with which part of the room you loved most. Was it the layered bed, the reading nook, or the botanical wall art? Your thoughts help guide our next cozy transformation, and we can't wait to create more beautiful, livable spaces with you.